Word up, Georgia Japan here with some scary stories from Matsumoto's Zotto Suru Hanashi. Now, directly translated, Zotto Suru Hanashi is like a gruesome tale. But gruesome could be interpreted in different ways. The show is basically half comedy and half horror. Half of the stories involve like comedians' experiences of something that left them totally disgusted. A lot of Matsumoto's stories are about Hamada. They're pretty funny. But yeah, the other half, they get pretty scary. And I've collected what I found to be the scariest stories that they've told during this runtime. And I'm going to be sharing them with you today. Yeah, I do like the scary stories. Actually, I'm a little... I scare pretty easily, especially when I'm by myself. With other people, it's real fun going to those haunted houses, but man, by yourself gets... Yeah, anyway. So, let's get started. Okay, yeah, so, story from this dude. Happened about 6 years ago. He moved back to his home in Osaka, near his parents' home. He's living with his girlfriend in this really old home. And his girlfriend, has a sixth sense. And I guess it kind of rubbed off on him. He started seeing things. According to like a psychic they visited, this home was located on a ghost crossing or something. There's a lot of paranormal activities, TV, like the channels would just start switching. But he used to see things late at night. A half-bodied soldier just crawling through his room at night, but got used to it. But one night, he feels something strange under his futon. Lifts it up, and he sees a girl smiling. He freaks out. Checks the futon again. It's gone. 1 week later, his mom calls him, asks him to go to their house to check this butsudan. Butsudan is like an altar that they have to honor their ancestors. And it's for some kind of ceremony. She's at a temple. She forgot this, what the heck do you call it? Kind of like a gravestone. And she needs the name on the stone. He can't really read it, so he takes a picture and sends it to her. Not too long after, he gets a reply back saying, "Who's that girl in the picture?" It's getting unreal, man. It's getting unreal here. Here's the picture. Oh, jeez. Damn, man. Japanese horror is a different kind of horror, man. Now, there's a lot of scary stories about tunnels. This one is about a tunnel in Shizuoka. Again, it's a popular thing, kimodameshi, right? Kids like to go to these scary spots to prove their bravery. And this is a story about 4 young kids who decided to go to this particularly scary tunnel. The story behind the tunnel is that if you walk through it completely and go out through the other side, that you'll be cursed. So the 4 people, one of them, a young lady, get out of their car at the entrance of the tunnel and start walking. As they keep going, the young lady gets more and more scared. And at the halfway point, she has a breakdown. It's like, no, I can't go anymore. So the other 3 dudes are like, okay, you just wait here at the halfway point. And they did rock, paper, scissors to decide who would wait with her. One dude stays with her. The other 2 proceed forward. They keep going through the tunnel. It's pretty creepy. But they get out the tunnel. And, well, nothing happened. The 2 dudes turned around, started walking back towards the girl and the other dude, saying, yeah, nothing happened. And right at that moment, the girl and the other guy start running towards the car. The 2 dudes who walked through the tunnel, they're chasing after him, like, what are you doing? And they're in such a panic that the girl is trying to drive off without them even. But they managed to get in. They're like, what happened? What? When you were coming back, there were 3 of you. Oh, they freak out. They start driving off. They're in a panic. They want to calm down. They pull into a gas station. And it's just, get some drinks, relax, calm down. And gas stations in Japan, there's a lot of full service gas stations. So there was a dude getting them their drinks, and there was another dude who's gonna clean their car. They hear the workers scream, "Whoa, whoa!" And they get out of the car, they look, and there's these handprints all over the back window. And everybody's freaking out. They're like, "Oh, please clean it off, please clean it off." Some kind of dirt. And he cleans it off. And he's like, "This is strange." He's like, "Hi, guys, I can't get one of the handprints off." He's like, "What do you mean you can't get one of the handprints off? One of them's from the inside." So there was this 40-year-old English teacher. Very serious dude. He has a family. Never cheated on his wife before. But he was getting closer and closer to this 20-year-old. Even though she knew he had a family, a relationship started to develop, and he began cheating on his wife with her. The relationship grew more and more, until finally the young lady asked him to leave his family. He's like, "No, I can't." The teacher realized he'd have to end the relationship. And rather strongly and quickly, he broke up with her. The next day, he got a call from her. "Hello? Mister, do you like me?" "No, you know the boop, 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 boop." Just cut him off. The next day, another call came in. "Hello? Mister, do you like me? I told you before I can't boop, 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 boop." Another cut off. He was worried about her, but he doesn't want the relationship to start all over again. The third day, again, he answers. "Hello? Mister, do you like me? I am sorry, boop, 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 boop." Right after that, he got another call from a number he didn't recognize. Picks it up. It's the police. They want him to come in for questioning. Goes to the police station, and they show him a picture of the girl. "Do you know her?" "Yeah. We found that she hung herself in a forest." "Did you get a call from her last night?" "Yeah." That's strange. "We found this cell phone on the body. The body appears to have been dead for 2 days." Gee. So you don't cheat on people, man. Next! This next story actually comes from Miyagawa Daisuke. While he was staying at his grandmother's house, watching TV with their dog, Toby, suddenly, Toby jumped up and ran to the door behind him, started scratching at the door. Confused, Miyagawa got up and opened the door. Nothing out of the ordinary except the screen door is open. Miyagawa walks in, closes the screen door, and goes back to watching TV. Again, a few minutes later, Toby jumps up, starts scratching at the door again. What the? Miyagawa gets up, opens the door, and finds that the room has been ransacked and looted. Oh, it's a thief. He calls the police, and the police come in and do an investigation. And they listen to Miyagawa's story. Yep. The thief was still in the room. Miyagawa's like, "What?" That first time you entered the room, the thief was probably hiding behind the door. He probably saw you through the crack. Got a little bit of the chicken skin there. It's a different kind of scary. To be that close to a criminal. Oh. Damn it, freaking myself out. This is what I do when my family's spending the night at grandma's, tell ghost stories on YouTube. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Got a few more to tell. Turn off the light again. This next story is actually from License. He got a really cheap apartment. Convenient location, low rent. Yeah, it's a pretty old apartment, but good stuff. But upon moving in, according to him, some paranormal activity started happening. Like the shower suddenly turning on, books opening, the TV turning on. But the rent is just too cheap, right? So he continued living there. And one night, after partying with some people, it's like the after party. He's like, oh yeah, just everybody come back to my place. And one of the girls is like, no, I don't want to go in there. And he's like, you got it, right? That sixth sense stuff, you can see that kind of stuff? She's like, yeah. He's like, please, just come into my room, tell me what you see. And she goes in, and immediately she points to the corner where his TV is. She's like, it's there! There's a lady there. She was dumped by her boyfriend. She committed suicide. What? Why is she there? She thinks you're her boyfriend, and you watch TV a lot, right? She stays in that spot because that's where you look at her the most. After that, he goes to the landlord, and he asks, has there ever been an accident in my room? You don't know? The real estate agency didn't tell you? Yeah, someone jumped off the top of the building and they landed in your veranda. He moved out shortly after. A little bit of background information that kind of gives this a little bit of truth is there are Jikko Bukken. Jikko Bukken is a room where somebody's died in. And yeah, of course, real estate agencies drop the price drastically. But the real estate agency has no obligation to tell you that an accident or death occurred in a room unless you actually ask them. So if you're ever renting a room in Japan and it seems too good to be true, you might want to ask if it's a Jikko Bukken. This next story, I think I might be able to prove that it actually happened. I'll let you know after I tell you the story. So this dude is visiting one of his friends. They're both Yoshimoto comedians. Yoshimoto doesn't pay their new talents a lot of money. So this dude, he's living in like a share house. So, they have like a shared entranceway, a shared bathroom, and his room is all the way in the back. And yeah, he's gonna stay with him like a couple of nights. And one morning, he gets up, goes to the entranceway to use the bathroom, and he sees this guy in a yellow jacket, and he seems really nervous and anxious. He's just looking around a lot. He doesn't recognize the yellow jacket dude. He's just assuming maybe he's another like Yoshimoto comedian or something. But suddenly the guy notices him, and very enthusiastically he says, "Good morning." A little confused, he says good morning right back to him. He's still just standing in the entranceway looking around, but this dude uses the bathroom and goes back to his friend's room, and he's like, I saw some dude out there in the entranceway in a yellow jacket. I don't know. Do you know who that guy is? He's like, I don't know. He's probably just one of our juniors or something. Later on in the day, there's a news break. It's from a street very close to where this share house is. There were several stabbings. They interviewed an old lady, and she said there was a guy in a yellow jacket who would go around greeting people, and if they didn't greet him back, he was stabbing them. At that moment, he realized he was almost stabbed. Yeah, I guess I can try and find the news article. I'm filming this before I do like the research, but if I do find the article, if I can find proof, here's the proof. Next story is from Hamaguchi. Hamaguchi's dated some girls with the sixth sense. Anyways, his ex-girlfriend. And she's staying with him. Anyway, so Hamaguchi comes back from work. Like, I'm home. And in a very straight face, she's like, is that the real you? He's like, what are you talking about? She starts to explain what happened to her that day. So Hamaguchi left really early in the morning. Again, she has like the sixth sense. And she experienced sleep paralysis. During her sleep paralysis, the door opened. It was Hamaguchi. But it was too early for him to be back home. He had just left. She was unable to move and had her eyes closed. What appeared to be Hamaguchi came closer. I'm home. But somehow she felt something was off. She didn't respond. And he left. Not too long after, the figure returned. I'm home. Something seemed off. Again, she didn't respond. It left. It came back again. This time a bit more forcefully. I'm home. Why don't you say something? Why don't you get out of bed? Greet me. And she was so scared. She knew if she talked to it, something might happen. The figure was close to her. He figured out it's not me and left. Pretty creepy story, but yeah, you see some crazy things if you experience sleep paralysis. I think it was just in her head, but still, creepy story. Story from this dude's childhood. So he had a friend, can see ghosts, has a sixth sense. And they were supposed to go to a friend's house to play some video games, a bunch of kids. And his friend's like, I can't go in there. I can't go in that, man. Something's wrong with that place. But he's like, dude, come on. Everybody's waiting for us. We can't just not show up. So he drags him in, gets into the room. And that kid with the sixth sense, he's freaking out more and more. Until finally he just gets up. He's like, I gotta leave. I'm gone. And he just left. Which left everybody scratching their heads like, what the heck's wrong with that guy? The next day, he goes up to the kid. He's like, dude, you can't just get up and leave everyone like that. That was really rude. He's like, I couldn't stay there. What did you see? From behind the poster, I saw a hand. In the bookshelf, another hand. In your TV, another hand. I don't know if you noticed, but the hand was counting down, and he didn't want to be there when it got to 0. Yeah, and in Japanese it's called chicken skin. In Hawaii we also say chicken skin, probably from Japanese influence, but goosebumps or goose pimples. Getting so much of that. I think this is gonna be the last one. I'm creeping myself out. Yeah, so this last story is from Ayabe. So back when Ayabe was really young, he had a paper route and he delivered, around the neighborhood. And there was this one house that he was delivering to, and he never met who lived there. Later on, he discovered that an old lady lived there by herself. And one day, when he was delivering the paper, she was actually at the door. And she was like, thanks for always delivering the paper, I know it's a lot of work. You carry it all the way to the foot of my bed. Thanks for that. He was confused because he would just drop it in the paper slot. He didn't deliver right to her bed. So the next day, delivering to this house, Ayabe kind of just sits and watches the newspaper he just put in there. And he sees it slowly going down, and he grabs it, and he feels a sudden pull. And he's pulling back on it, trying to get it. And there's a doll that smashes into the door here. And, he's a kid, he freaks out, he runs away. And he actually quit his job delivering the paper. He never returned to that house again. I guess it's an unsolved mystery. Matsumoto commented that, there's no ending to your story? He's like, yeah, I don't know what happened. I never went back there. He's like, why'd you even bring up the part about a doll? Okay. Well, yeah, that's about all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween. Merry Happy Halloween, if that's your thing. Yeah. Have a glorious evening.